Has it ever happened to you that there's some big exam tomorrow or big presentation tomorrow, and you constantly have all these scenarios running in your head that, oh, what if I fail? What if it doesn't go well? Oh man, I just can't do it. I'm gonna make an absolute fool of myself. What will my parents think if I don't pass my exam tomorrow? Or I don't give a great presentation, my life is completely ruined, and then there is no hope, right? And then there's another chain of thoughts simultaneously running in your head that, I'm a failure. I'm good for nothing. I ain't that intelligent. I'm gonna put a complete shit show, of myself and then just conk out. You go again and again running in those thoughts and it's never ending. This whole process and this whole scenario is called catastrophizing. Catastrophizing, as defined by the Harvard Business Review, is a common reaction to uncertain situations where we tend to overestimate the likelihood or consequences of our worst fears. In such situations, people often start sabotaging themselves, saying that while everyone is normal around me, why is it only happening with me? There is so much of self blame and self pity with no particular solution in your head as to how we have to get out. To put out some facts, and for all those adults who feel that, why only me? Why am I the only one who is going through this? It's very common amongst young adults between the age of 18 and 35. And you are not alone. In my experience, I have always, always, always feared exams, also known as exam phobia, where I made all these scenarios in my head that, which has not happened yet, but there's a possibility of it happening. And I somehow made myself believe that the second scenario is the truth, right? Like the possibility of me failing. Result: indecisions, fear, anxiety, lack of courage, and in the end, conking myself out completely out of these situations and never volunteering for it again. Although I knew that this one thing is super important for my progress, but I still didn't appear for my exams. In such situations, the key is to decatastrophize and compartmentalize to get to the root of the issues to identify what exactly is your fear. I'll not do good at presentation, or people will judge me, I may never get an opportunity again, or it's just about you being uncomfortable as you are going to do something which you never have before. To do that, you need to snap yourself out of these whirlwind of thought process. Now, here is a way how you can snap out when you're constantly jumping into worst case scenarios. When you start connecting all the dots in your head, your job is to change the root thought process itself. Now, here is how you can do it. Step one: interrupt the pattern. The first thing you need to do is to stop the negative thought loop in its tracks. Your brain is stuck on a broken record, so we are going to scratch it on its surface. If you are alone, I want you to loudly instruct your brain to stop. Say the word, say it as loud as possible. It might feel silly, but it's incredibly effective. If you're around others, take a deep breath and mentally shout, stop. You need to shout yourself to just stop. Now that you have interrupted your thought chain, it's time to adjust your body for it to feel powerful. I want you to stand up now. I can't stand up, but I want you to stand up right now. Roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath. Just stop and take a deep breath and shake out your arms. I want you to smile while doing this, even if it's difficult. And I know it is. You're going to force yourself to smile. And I'll tell you why. Smiling triggers dopamine and endorphin chemicals in your brain that improves your mood instantly. This will help you calm down your nerves almost immediately. Now, step three is to reframe. Ask yourself these three questions. If possible, fetch a piece of paper and I want you to answer these three questions. Once you have calmed down and literally calmed down, ask yourself, what's the actual evidence that this will happen? That the other scenario of you failing or not making it will happen. If there is no evidence, we are going to strike that off. If there is, for example, like a similar situation has happened in the past, I want you to ask what is the probability of that happening again. The answer to that is that you will find that the probability of this similar situation happening or repeating is 0.001%. Because now your thought process is different. You make better informed decisions. Probably a certain time has passed between the two, situations, and now the circumstances itself are completely different. So hence the probability of it repeating is 0.001%. Step 4, best case scenario. Now that we have eliminated the possibility of worst case happenings, at this very minute, we are going to ask ourselves, what is the best case scenario that can happen? What if we nail it? And then I get further opportunities, I get more recommendations, I get appreciated, I feel proud, my colleagues feel proud, and all the good things start happening. Great. Now you're going to ask me that, Noyana, what if I don't nail it and it just goes okay? You know, in such a scenario, I pass the exam or I just give an average presentation and things are fine. In such a case, you have already won, my friend. You have already qualified for the requirement and what you aim to do. That is to give a good presentation, right? Great. Now, basically, all of that, oh, I'm gonna fail, no, I cannot be proud of myself, I'm a complete failure, I'm complete shit. All of that has now gone to complete bullshit. Awesome, that was our aim. Step 5. Now that we have an answer that nothing will go wrong, our next job is to anchor this new confident state so that next time such a scenario happen, we don't make it reach to this extent and snap out immediately, which will help us live a happier and more peaceful life than what we expected. Now that you have snapped out, I want you to really think of a time when you felt totally confident and unstoppable. It felt like you can literally win the world, like nothing can stop you. Maybe it was a moment when, there was a challenge you overcame or you achieved something big. Even if it was small, you felt really powerful in your own nerves and in your own skin. I want you to recall that moment and really feel it. Feel it with all your emotions, the smell, the taste, using all of your senses and using all of those scenarios. Imagine as if the same situation was happening with you again right now. When you have imagined everything and feel the same emotions with all your might, I want you to anchor it and scream, yes! Plunge your fist and tap it onto your heart and say, yes! Whenever you feel underconfident, the next time I want you to do this gesture again. And you will notice that all that confidence, power, and might coming back to you immediately. Because you will be unleashing your own superpower. Because now this anchor, this you have anchored the state. And you will notice that everything, all emotions of all nice and confidence and beauty will come back to you. Step 6. Finally, the last step we are going to take is immediate action. I want you to write down one small manageable step you can take right now to address the problem you're catastrophizing about. For example, if you're worried about an upcoming presentation, your action could be practicing the presentation or writing the outline or addressing a crowd question. By taking immediate action, you prove to your brain that you are in complete control of your scenario and your life. The truth is, you're always in control. It's just sometimes you slip and lose a grip on things, and that is okay. Has happened with me, will happen with you too. The idea is to help you clutch at it stronger than before. And catastrophizing is nothing but our made up scenarios in your head which have absolutely 0.001% possibility of it happening. So you don't have to worry, my friend. Whenever you find yourself catastrophizing, if you keep on repeating this one simple activity, you will soon notice a shift within you. You will notice that you won't have to put the effort, and snapping out will happen almost immediately. And in some time, your brain will have developed a muscle that it will stop imagining such scenarios altogether, putting an end to your hardship. As I always say, anxiety is not bad. It's a sign of genius. You just need to learn how to play it to your advantage. If you have any further questions, please drop in your comments below. And if you want me to answer any of these questions live, you can drop me a WhatsApp message on phone number provided below. And I will be available to answer all of your questions from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. IST every single day. Lastly, if you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who really needs it today. And tell me in the comments that what's one fear you're catastrophizing currently and you're ready to tackle today. Because I truly, truly know that you have got this.